Hey guys, Devin here with Lifetime Preparedness. I know this video was supposed to come out yesterday, but I had some things come up, and then I had some technical issues. So here we are. It's happening tonight. Survival of the fittest. Preppers versus non-preppers. That's what I want to talk to you about. Felt like an important time to talk about it. Survival of the fittest. When we think that, I generally at least think, you know, animals, but in the woods, bears, wolves, deer, rabbits, whatever it is. But you have to think about that when it comes to us too, when our animal instincts kick in. So like, what's gonna happen if this person does come into power, and there are or even if the current person stays, what happens if there's lockdowns? What happens if there's severe lockdowns? What happens if there's a food shortage? What happens if there's the pandemic actually becomes quite serious? What happens if there's a big natural disaster like a gigantic snowstorm that wipes across the entire country, leveling with feet of snow in areas that don't get snow? Because let's face it, ice ages are possible. Not something that's going to be happening anytime soon, but you never know. What happens if Yellowstone goes off, or someone hits the United States with an EMP, or a solar flare knocks out the power grid? What happens then, guys? What happens? Um, People are going to revert back to a lot of their animal instincts, and it's going to come down to the people that you know and the people you can trust. We're all going to be fighting over resources, and that's the name of the game, guys. It's resources. Resources are going to be the most important thing when it comes to a severe, long-term, grid down, shtf type scenario. It's going to be a game of resources, and it's going to be a game of skills. It's going to be a game of just cognitive ability. Honestly, that all plays a part. Uh, and obviously, if you're prepped up, you're going to have a lot stronger of a chance to get, through the initial part of everything. I mean, just some of my stuff right here. This is my pantry, actually. So, those of you guys know who've been here for a while know that. And this here, a little bit of this. I'm trying the black extra age for once. Um, Pretty good. But yeah, no, it's gonna keep going, and we gotta prepare, guys, because it's gonna come down to survival of the fittest. And let's face it, if you're a prepper, you're more fit to survive than other people. Now, if and there's a whole nother aspect to that, which is physical fitness. Physical fitness is an extremely big part of surviving. It's a big part of, just when you're talking about survival of the fittest. Literally, it's survival of the fittest, and that's physically, mentally, skill wise, knowledge wise, supply wise. Um, if you don't have food, you're not going to survive. If you don't know how to get food or find food, you're not going to survive. If you don't have a way to protect what you have, you're not going to survive. And that's just the simple fact of it. Most likely, you're not going to survive. Your chances are almost non existent. Like, and you think you're just going to have a little knife and go grab a kitchen knife and go to someone's house and be like, "Give me your food." Yeah, it's not gonna work. People got guns. People got knives. People got people. People got bows. People got whatever it is. People aren't gonna just give up their stuff when it comes down to resources. Um, and that's why guys, we always got to be ready, because everyone's like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna prepare for shtf. We're gonna stock up. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that." I see a lot of preppers who do that, but don't carry supplies, who don't have a get home bag. They have bug out bags, but they don't have a get home bag in their car. They don't have a get home bag with them when they go to work in their car, or when they're going out. It's like, oh, I'm not going far from home. I'm only driving 15, 20 minutes, But in reality, a 15-20 minute drive, I mean, in my area at least, I mean, for work, let's say for work, for me, I drive about 35-40 minutes to work every day. And that is in roughly 10 miles. So walking, it's about an 8-hour walk roughly, according to Google Maps anyway. It's also across the bridge. So I always have, to depend on the weather, I always have different kinds of footwear. I have different kinds of medical supplies with me. I try to keep as lightweight as possible, and I like to have extras, like my extras in my car. Like I'm not gonna put boots in my car that are good boots. And like really good boots. I'm gonna use a pair that are still good but are very are aging. So if I do lose out on them because I'm going on a long journey, I can't carry them. I have to walk 8 to 10 hours to get home. And I'm not going to wear those. I'm going to wear sneakers because it's a nice hot summer day. I can leave those if I have to. Now, if I can carry them, I will. But if I can't, I won't. And that's just part of being, ready to survive a situation. I don't go anywhere without a blowout kit, chest seals, combat gauze, quick clot, all the things. I'll go through that sometime with you guys. There's something else I don't go anywhere else with because I want to be ready to survive at any point in time whenever a situation occurs, and that is a blade. I do live in New York, so it is insanely difficult to get a firearm, handgun in New York, so that's why hopefully I'm moving out soon. But one day at a time, that's how I take it. So I actually picked this up. This is my new everyday carry knife. It's a nice little. It's my backup knife. It's got it at Walmart, $5. It's a holiday thing. Got a little clip. Nice little blade. It's a Ozark Trail. I actually like their knives. Didn't need to be sharpened. It wasn't very sharp, but I sharpened it up. So guys, that's what's important. Being ready to survive at any point. It's going to come down to a battle of supplies. And the people who do not have the supplies, they are going to band together and find people who do have the supplies. It's just how it works. It's just how, when society collapses, that's what happens. That's what countries are. That's what the world is. It's a game of resources. And that's what an shtf event in the United States is going to be like. It's a game of resources. If you have resources, you will survive. If you do not have resources or are not able to acquire them, you will not survive. It's simple as that. I mean, just look at The Walking Dead. Different groups. Some suffered through the winter. People died because they didn't have food, or they weren't able to stay warm enough, or this, that, or the other thing. They didn't have clean water, guys. Like, I know that's not the best example of The Walking Dead, but it is fun to look at, and it's a decent portrayal. It's all about a game of resources, and if you don't have the resources to survive, guys, it's not going to be pretty. Your family's going to die. You're going to die, most likely. To be quite blunt. So that's why we need to prepare, guys. With what's coming down the pipe, we really need to prepare. And I've seen that the truckers are going on a strike soon. I think that was Wednesday, they said. Truckers are going to start striking. Now, I don't know how widespread that is. I don't know where it is, but I know they said on Facebook they have 33,000 members in about a week in response to Joe Biden's fracking ban that he said he plans. So we'll have to see what happens with that. I know that's going to mess up the supply chain for sure. Food shortages will mess up the supply chain. Riots mess up the supply chain, as we have seen throughout the summer. It does mess up supply chains. But truckers just say they'll just refuse to go into cities. That's why you shouldn't be in cities. No one should be in cities. Cities are terrible. Small towns, sure. Small cities, maybe. I don't like it, but whatever floats your boat. But if you're in a city with hundreds of thousands of people or millions of people, you're a fucking idiot. That's all I gotta say. The closest city to me is probably around 20,000 people. That's 15 minutes for me. And not many of those people have guns. Not many of those people can acquire what I have, what goods I have, what goods we have, and what they're not prepared to do what we are gonna be prepared to do as preppers to survive. We have contingency plans. Um, we have multiple caches outside of our home of supplies. We have redundancy in place. We have plans. We have, like, for us, for example, we have security plans. We have already pre-assigned jobs. We have um, you know fixed positions for, let's say, fixed sniper positions. We have roaming patrol units already set up. We have trained. We are ready to protect what is ours. Now, let's be hypothetical. If it's a long-term, severe grid down situation, it's going to come down to the preppers versus non-preppers, and those non-preppers are going to go where the supplies are, i.e., your location, and that's where they're going to go. Sorry about that, guys. Had a call had to take that was coming in, but yeah, they're not going to be ready to do what they have to do. We're going to be ready to do what they have to do, and that's what it is. It's going to come down to survival of the fittest, and we're going to do what we have to do. And we may be prepared, some of us may not, but we all have people in our lives, for the most part, that are prepared and can pick up that slack if needed. I know there's going to be some people in our group that can't do what needs to be done. They can have other jobs. Honestly, they can have other jobs. That's why we have assigned jobs. We've thought about this. We have plans. We have contingency plans. If those plans don't work, we have it. We're ready to go. We got everything, and it's gonna work. Um, Obviously, opposing force. If someone else has a group like ours, it may be different. Could be different. I don't know. They could come in overwhelming force, better tactics, better training, and they come and they could take what we have. They could sneak up, take what we have. They could break through our defense. It could be what it is, but we have to be ready for everything, and that's one of the hardest things to do as a prepper. We want to prepare all the time. We want to be ready for everything, but let's face it, we're not going to be ready for absolutely everything. But with general preparedness, we can be somewhat ready for absolutely everything, and that's the main part here, guys. General preparedness will makes us preppers. And if you're into general preparedness, you know, um, if you have if you can survive a 2 week disaster in your home, you're more than you're 95% chance of survival, guys. Like, more than the rest of the country. Like, that just breaks my mind how more people are not prepared. Like, is it really only 5% of the country that's like prepared? That's just breaks my damn mind. Like, I don't get, like, the world that we came from, even 50 years ago, people grew plants in their yard. People had animals. People produced their own. Or they went to local farms. Now it's these big corporations. That's where we get everything, and people have lost a lot of where they came from, unfortunately, guys. So it's gonna come down. It's coming down to survival of the fittest. That's what's gonna happen. Non-preppers, they're most likely gonna lose out. If you're a non-prepper and you can't find someone to take you in, you're gonna lose out. If you're a non-prepper and you don't have the skills or the weaponry or whatever it is, or the know-how or the will to do what you have to do, you're not gonna survive. But us preppers, we are gonna survive because we have the knowledge, we have the skills, we have the plans, we have the know-how, and we have the will to survive, because we will survive. Most of us, anyway. I mean, some of us probably won't. But those who don't, well, survival of the fittest. Guys, thank you for staying through this long video. I might put some up again later. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow. So if you guys want to show support for the channel, that would be fantastic. Go ahead and subscribe. Share with your friends and family. That way we can get the message of preparedness out there. That's the most important thing, guys. Get as many people prepared as we can. The more people prepared, the less stress on us, the less stress on our loved ones, our friends. Better it is all around. So let's get everyone prepared. Get everyone into preparedness. And Go ahead and leave a like on the video. Hit the bell. That way you get notifications. You know, some people don't. A lot of people don't. But hit it anyway. Hopefully they'll let you know. And go ahead and comment. Let me know what you guys been working on for preparedness. What are the big points you've been hitting. Love hearing from you. I'm going to go have some more whiskey.